Hello savvy viewers, are you ready to dive into another insightful video? Today, we're exploring the terrain of long-distance relationships, offering you tips and tricks to make it work. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, and let's navigate the world of long-distance love together. Embarking on a long-distance relationship can be a daunting task, filled with its unique set of challenges. Long-distance relationships, or LDRs as they are often abbreviated, are not for the faint of heart. They require a unique blend of patience, trust, and commitment, and they come with their own set of hurdles. Let's delve into some of the most common challenges you might face when navigating the waters of an LDR. One of the most prevalent challenges is the physical distance itself. This can be a real test, especially when all you want is to share a simple, physical moment with your partner, like a hug after a long day or a comforting hand to hold. The lack of physical intimacy can sometimes make the heart grow fonder, but it can also lead to feelings of loneliness or detachment. Miscommunication is another common issue. Without face-to-face interactions, messages can often get lost in translation, leading to misunderstandings. Remember, your partner can't see your facial expressions or hear your tone of voice over a text message. Then there's the time difference. If you and your partner are living in different time zones, it can add an extra layer of complexity to communication. Finding a suitable time to connect amidst different schedules can feel like a jigsaw puzzle. And let's not forget about the financial aspect. Keeping an LDR alive often involves travel expenses, and these can add up quickly, which can cause stress and tension. Lastly, there's the misconception that LDRs are doomed to fail. Many people believe that long-distance relationships don't work out in the long run, which can cast a shadow of doubt and uncertainty. However, it's important to remember that every relationship, whether long-distance or not, comes with its own set of challenges. The key is to not let these challenges discourage you. Instead, see them as opportunities to learn, grow, and strengthen your bond. So yes, long-distance relationships can be tough, and they require work. But they're not impossible. And they're certainly not doomed to fail. With the right mindset and the right strategies, you can turn these challenges into opportunities for growth. But fear not, with the right strategies, you can turn these challenges into opportunities for growth. The first tip to make a long-distance relationship work is effective communication. The foundation of any relationship, especially a long-distance one, is built on communication. It's the bridge that connects two hearts, miles apart. When geography separates you, words become your proxy, your expressions, your emotions, and your presence. This is why clear, open, and effective communication becomes paramount. So how can you improve communication in a long-distance relationship? Let's delve into some practical tips. Firstly, set communication goals. This doesn't mean scheduling every conversation, but rather setting a mutual understanding about when and how often you'll connect. It could be a daily goodnight call, a weekly video chat, or an end-of-day text exchange. Whatever it is, make sure it's agreed upon and suits both your schedules. Next, honesty is the best policy. Be open about your feelings. If you're feeling lonely, say it. If you're overjoyed, express it. Bottling up emotions can create misunderstandings and unnecessary conflicts. Your partner isn't a mind reader, and it's even harder to gauge emotions from afar. Another important aspect is understanding each other's communication styles. Some people are talkers, while others are listeners. Some prefer long, meaningful conversations, while others enjoy short, frequent exchanges. Recognize your partner's style and find a middle ground that works for both of you. Remember, communication isn't a one-way street. It's about listening too. Active listening shows your partner that you're interested and invested in what they're saying. It makes them feel valued and understood. And lastly, don't forget the power of surprise. A random text saying, "I miss you," or an unexpected video call can make your partner's day. It breaks the monotony and brings a smile to their face. In conclusion, effective communication isn't just about talking. It's about expressing, understanding, listening, and connecting. It's about creating a virtual bridge that can withstand the miles between you. Remember, in a long-distance relationship, communication isn't just about quantity, but quality. Trust and honesty form the bedrock of any relationship. And this holds true even more in a long-distance relationship. In the realm of relationships, nothing quite compares to the power of trust and honesty. These two attributes act as the glue that holds a relationship together, and they become even more critical when distance enters the equation. The miles that separate two hearts can either make them grow fonder or drive them apart. And it is trust and honesty that often determine which direction the wind blows. So how do you build this trust in a long-distance relationship? It begins with transparency. Being open and clear about your feelings, your plans, and even your struggles forms a strong foundation of trust. When you're hundreds or thousands of miles apart, this transparency can bridge the distance, creating an atmosphere of openness that fosters trust. Consistency is another cornerstone of trust building. You see, trust isn't a one-time deal, it's a continual process. Being consistent in your actions, in your words, and in your promises sends a clear message to your partner that you are reliable and dependable. This consistency is like a beacon of light in the often foggy world of long-distance relationships, guiding your partner to trust you more. And let's not forget about the role of promises in building trust. When you make a promise, especially in a long-distance relationship, you're essentially giving your word that you will do something. Keeping those promises, no matter how small they may seem, is a clear demonstration of your honesty and integrity. It's a powerful way to show your partner that you can be trusted. Remember, in a long-distance relationship, trust is like a precious jewel. It's something that's earned over time, not given freely. And it's something that must be nurtured and protected, for it's easily damaged and hard to repair. But when you have trust, bolstered by honesty, you have a long-distance relationship that's built to withstand the trials and tribulations of distance. Trust is earned over time, and honesty is the best policy to keep that trust intact. Our final tip for making a long-distance relationship work is to keep the spark alive. Now this might sound tricky because of the miles between you, but let's remember, love isn't measured in miles, but in the moments that make us feel connected and cherished. One great way to keep that spark burning is through virtual dates. Plan a night where both of you cook the same meal, watch the same movie, or even stargaze under your respective skies. This shared experience, despite the distance, can help you feel closer and more connected. It's about creating shared memories, even when you're apart. Another creative way is by sending surprise gifts. There's nothing quite like the joy of receiving a package from your loved one. It could be as simple as a handwritten letter, or as elaborate as a care package filled with their favorite things. The surprise element adds excitement, and the thoughtfulness behind the gift speaks volumes about your affection. Sharing experiences is another valuable method. If you visit a new place, share the sights and sounds with your partner through photos, videos, or even a virtual tour. If you read an interesting book, send them a copy so you can discuss it together. This not only keeps the conversation flowing but also makes your partner feel included in your life, even from afar. Remember, it's not always about grand gestures. Sometimes it's the little things that matter the most. A good morning text, a voice note saying you miss them, a playlist of songs that remind you of them. These small acts make a big difference. They show that you're thinking of them, that they're an important part of your day, and that distance, in fact, is just a number. So, regardless of the miles between you, remember to keep the spark alive. Make each other feel cherished, loved, and included. The distance might be a challenge, but it's also an opportunity to show just how much you love and value each other. Distance may make the heart grow fonder, but it's the little things that keep the love alive. Navigating a long-distance relationship could be challenging, but it's not impossible. Let's take a moment to recap the key tips we've discussed today that can help you and your partner stay connected, no matter how many miles separate you. Firstly, we talked about effective communication. It's the cornerstone of any relationship, but it's even more important when you're far apart. Regular, open, and honest communication helps bridge the physical gap and keep you emotionally close. But remember, it's not just about quantity, it's about quality too. Make sure that the conversations you have are meaningful and help you understand each other better. Next, we discussed the importance of trust and honesty. Distance can breed doubt, but trust and honesty can counteract that. Be open about your feelings, fears, and expectations. It's okay to have concerns, but it's crucial to address them openly and honestly. Trust your partner, and give them the space to trust you too. Lastly, we talked about keeping the spark alive. Physical closeness might be limited, but emotional intimacy should not be. Surprise each other with thoughtful gestures, maintain shared interests, and plan for the future together. These shared experiences and plans can help keep the flame of love burning bright. In conclusion, long-distance relationships can be tough, but they're not insurmountable. They require effort, patience, and a lot of love. But remember, the strength of your relationship doesn't depend on the proximity of your locations, but on the depth of your connection. Remember, every relationship is unique. Find what works for you and your partner and keep the love strong, no matter the distance.